All right, welcome to a short market review today. I've got a couple of currencies that I want to look at that have some pretty good potential right now for some quick profit and some decent profit. The first one that I want to look at here is the Euro US dollar. We had a nice little breakout last week that we called for about a 202 pip gain there. That translated into anywhere between 3.6 and around 5.5% profit, depending on risk levels. That's just one trade, and that was a nice little pop right there as we came out of, or we broke out of, this congested area back in December. We had a nice little rally here based on some interest rate announcements, and bam, it popped right up. And then we stayed in this little congested state here. We came down, we popped up again, we came down, we popped up again, and you can see that it kind of created this little head and shoulders type pattern, or an inverted head and shoulders type pattern, where you had a low here, a lower low here, and then you continue to create higher lows here and here. And that gave us an indication that if this broke to the upside, that it's going to give us a nice little pop up, somewhere around the 161.8 or between the 127.2 and 161.8. We were able to capture a nice little run there on that particular trade. You can see we had 1-2 really big days in here, and then it got followed by what I call a first reversal day. So you had a power move, 1-2 big days that broke outside or that were larger than the range here of the preceding candles. You can see we had a pretty tight range of candles. There weren't very big movement there. And then boom, we had two large candles. We had a first reversal, meaning that the day that the market goes against and closes lower instead of closing higher than it opens, that's the first reversal day. And then the very next day, which was today, we had another bullish type of candle, and this comes because we had a close above the midpoint of this candle and close to the high. The sellers got rejected down here at the lows, and you can see we closed up there near the high of the day. And that's a bullish signal right there, a bullish candle. We've also broken above the Ichimoku cloud here, and we're looking for a continuation back up to around the 1.1395 just in the short term here as price comes into this resistance zone here, and we'll see what happens once we get up to this point. But we're looking for price to at least move up to this area right here, possibly a little bit further, but at least to this area at the 1.13935 area on the Euro US dollar. We're looking to buy above the highs of today with a stop loss below the lows, and that's a pretty good trade for us. Pretty strong possibility that that's going to move up and hit some targets and give us a little bit of profit out of that trade, quick profit. The next one here is the dollar yen. Now, this one here is very interesting. As you can see, we've broken down below the lows here. So we've had a break below and a close below of these previous lows. 1-2 were the lows here. You can see this low back here held when price came down, tried to rally back up, got back up into some resistance there as we hit into the Ichimoku cloud, and then back up into this resistance area kind of right in here. And we failed there, and you can see 1, 2, 3 big days here. First reversal day, another big day down. Now, I don't know if this is what's going to happen. This market is already moving down very fast, but this is what we're looking for, at least in the short term, to see if this will take place or transpire here. I moved down to the 4-hour chart, which is essentially going to turn this into more of a swing trade. You can see once again we broke and closed below those lows. We're looking for price to come back up into this profit zone, what I call a profit zone or a resistance area here. If price comes back up into this area right in here between this low and this area right in here, and it gives us some kind of indication through a candlestick pattern or some kind of a formation there that it's going to continue to move lower, then we'll jump on that trade and we can get a nice 2-to-1, at least a 2-to-1, maybe a little bit larger of a reward to risk ratio out of that trade. So if it pulls back up into this area and hits that 161.8 area, that will be somewhere around these lows or back up into this 786 area even, and then we'll be targeting the 127.2 fib as we pull from that 61.8 or back up into this 786. That's where we'll be targeting with our stops above, of course, these highs right here, which is the top level of resistance there in this short term interim type of movement here. So once again, this is more of a swing trade, but if price may continue just down. It's already sliding down very rapidly. You can see here, that's that rapid move down, a little slight pullback, and then boom, it went lower. But you can see here, we had a low created. What happened? We broke below, closed below right here in this candle, and then price came back up into that low area, okay? Tested that low area again, failed. We had a bearish engulfing candle right here, and then it dropped down again, right? So essentially what we're looking for is kind of a similar thing or a similar setup. Can price pull back up into this area right here now and then drop down again and give us a nice little pop to the downside? And that's what we're looking for here. So this is more of a pullback / continuation type of a trade. Now, if it just continues on down, then we'll have to wait for another opportunity, as I think that the momentum for this particular currency at this time is definitely to the downside. So I am expecting, however, a little pop back. You can see down here on the RSI that we made lower lows here today than the previous lows back over here, but you can see RSI did not make lower lows. So price made lower lows, RSI did not make lower lows. That's what we consider divergence, and essentially we'd be looking now to see a slight reversal here in price as price goes back up, gives us an opportunity possibly at this area, and then boom, we sell it to go short, to break below these lows again. And that's how we swing trade. That's one of the ways that we can swing trade and find some really good trading opportunities. So hope you enjoyed this market review and you learned something from it, and hope we have some profit opportunities here from these particular currencies and these trade setups that I've shared with you today. Remember to always trade safe, trade with risk capital that you can afford to lose, and once again, make sure that you are using, a proper risk management. You don't want to get into a trade, risk everything on one trade, and then lose all of your money in one trade and not live to fight another day, right? So we've got to protect the capital. That's wise thing. We do want to make a return as well, so you don't want to not bet enough that if you win, it doesn't really make you a nice little return too. So you want to definitely maximize your bet, maximize your opportunity without betting the farm or risking the farm on every single trade. So once again, I'll see you in another video. Talk to you soon. Bye.